About 10 years ago, my wife and I were traveling through the Navajo reservation, and my generator went out. And we're sitting by the side of the road, and I love traveling with that woman because she's got such a great attitude. So we're like, okay, well, here we are, and just nothing, no cars for miles and miles. Then a little while later, Daryl Curley, Navajo police officer, came by, and he talked to us for probably 2 hours. Daryl told us a lot about the culture and a lot about the needs and problems that they deal with on a daily basis. And so that was really informative. It kind of planted the seed. It always was in my mind, in the back of my mind, what Daryl was saying about the culture. And I thought, man, maybe we could just give back. Maybe we could do something while we're down there.
How you doing, Ron?
Good, how are you?
Glad you could join us.
Thank you, thank you.
So that sounds like a really interesting turn of events, just out on a motorcycle trip, and then big things happen.
Yeah, big things happen.
So what did he tell you that day when he stopped and found you with your dilapidated motorcycle?
We talked for a while about everything from the poverty to the alcoholism to leads to domestic violence and the lack of opportunities.
It's a big area, right? The reservation covers a lot of ground.
27,000 square miles. There's a population of about 250,000. A lot of people, but it's a lot. They're spread out, so they don't have the people to go to. They don't have the neighbors so close. So when there's issues,
right,
it's hard.
So you had this initial conversation, and it piqued your interest, and you went back, and that's when you really started discovering the need, really, to have some sort of transformational, exchange with these communities.
Yeah, and then it grew from there.
And help our listeners understand too, the economics on this particular reservation is different than we might think because it's autonomous, right? It's not
semi-autonomous.
Semi-autonomous.
Yeah.
So tell us what that means.
The American government will help a little bit, but they're semi-autonomous in the sense that they have their own government, their own ruling bodies, and that money, it's not a ton, but it doesn't trickle down. It doesn't get distributed properly like it should.
Yeah. So there's poverty, there's domestic violence, there's a lack of opportunity. Kids are falling into gangs. Education is spotty.
That's one thing that I really want to promote because there's so many things out there to inspire them to think beyond next week and beyond. Well, I'm just going to eat. I'm going to try to eat next week. So I help the older kids the high school kids to help make care packages for the foster kids because there's a huge problem with abandonment and too many foster kids. And these little guys, they need stuff. They need school supplies, jackets, little things that we take for granted.
Yeah.
But it's huge to them, and it's so fun to enable the high school kids, the older kids helping the younger kids.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. The shelter home is a big one that we do a lot of work for.
And the shelter home is primarily around domestic violence.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a big issue down there.
It is. It all results from alcohol abuse and poverty in general and a lot of stresses. Unfortunately, sadly, Daryl Curley, the officer that we spoke to in 2011, was killed in a domestic violence on a call.
Wow.
And I was looking for him because I wanted to tell him, hey, because I was so proud of, hey, you inspired this. And I was looking for him to tell him, and then I found out he was killed. And the same stuff that we're trying to make a dent in.
Yeah. So now how many times a year do you go?
About 4 times.
4 times a year.
Yeah.
You must have a crew now, right? You got a bunch of people to help you and volunteers and.
Well, there's probably at one time there's probably over 100 people that we can call on. So it's really easy now to get a crew. So at any given time we can get a lot of people.
That's really cool. And where do you stay when you're down there?
Oh, that's the beauty of it is it's really flexible, so we can camp. You can just pretty much camp wherever, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, I love the fact that this all started because, as a carpenter biker, your motorcycle broke down.
Yeah, perfectly. Yeah.
I suspect there's a website, lostforareason.org.
Lostforareason.org, perfect.
And then are there photos and videos or anything like that on there?
Oh yeah, there's a beautiful video that was done. It's got all the imagery, so you can see the beautiful land.
Yeah,
it's
I'm really
amazing.
curious about what the landscape is like and what the communities look like.
It's great.
Well, it's a great story, and Ron, congratulations. Just thanks for sharing it with us. And
thanks for having me.
People want to get more information or support your efforts in whatever way they can.
That'd be great.
Lostforareason.org.
Perfect.
Impacting the lives of people in the Navajo Nation in a big way.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Ron Grace, winner of the eChievement Award this week.